In this project on learning theory analysis, we will be exploring a tutorial focused on graphing mathematical relations and functions. Our team collaborated through the use of Google Docs, email communication, and several Google Hangout sessions. The tutorial is intended for students in a Common Core Math 1 classroom, which would be 8th graders or high school freshmen. And it does guide learners to understand relationships between water depth and pressure. The simulated data collection activities help students apply learned mathematical concepts. This web-based instructional module uses a combination of constructivist and behavioral learning theories. As the student works through the unit, the activities have a constructivist approach. At one point, students are able to experiment by changing the area of water in an aquarium to see how it affects pressure. During the simulation, the learner collects actual data points regarding the relationship between depth and pressure. These data are then graphed by the learner, who is guided to understand the mathematical function or relationship between depth and pressure. By working through these activities, the student can use this simulation experience to actively learn and come to a basic understanding of linear functions through his or her own participation. According to an elder, Piaget's genetic epistemology theory is in fact constructivist. Piaget was concerned with the construction of knowledge by the learner, and this mathematical web-based instruction guides the learner through the new concepts using that approach. The assessment at the end of the instruction module is behaviorist in approach. The quiz gives immediate feedback and tells the student if they are right or wrong. These are some of the qualifications of Skinner's behaviorist model. When correct, the learner is given textual positive reinforcement. If considering Perry's schemes of intellectual and ethical development, then the assessment assumes the learner would be at the developmental level of dualism. They are either correct or incorrect in their selection, and the module author is the authority. One goal of this module is to guide the student in learning a new concept, that a mathematical relationship between two factors can be graphed using a function. The web-based instruction takes the student through one example showing the linear relationship between depth and water pressure. The module assists the learner in constructing the new idea by giving them an active role in the offered simulation. The module has objectives at the start, which are 1. To collect, graph, and analyze data, 2. To find a function that describes the data, and 3. To create a line graph based on the data. These clear objectives support the goal of learning this new concept. Transfer seems to be the goal of this web-based instruction as well, but the module does not effectively support the goal of transfer as it did the goal of learning. The students learn the new concept, but only apply it in one situation with depth and water pressure. Transfer would enable the students to apply the learned idea to different but similar situations, according to Thorndike and Woodworth. To better support the goal of transfer, the web-based instruction could have given activities and examples of mathematical functions using more than one scenario. After learning the process of data collection, graphing, and function use, the module sends the learner into the world with the assumption that they will be able to transfer the information to other situations. Some students may be able to transfer after this one lesson, but others may not. Additional practice would have been useful. In summary, this web-based instruction effectively achieves the goal of learning, but the goal of transfer was not well supported. The charts on these next two slides are based on the readings from Sweller. We found that the cognitive load was decreased throughout the module. The charts on the next two slides are based on the readings from Sweller, and we found that the cognitive load was decreased in some instances, but increased in others. Sweller states that procedures that unnecessarily increase working memory load run the risk of severely constraining the ability of students to learn. And of course, the main goal of cognitive load effects is to reduce extraneous cognitive load. Our team noted several ways in which instruction was supported through technology by using this module. They are noted below, along with their citations where applicable. While there were many ways in which instruction was supported through technology, there were also ways in which the instruction could have been improved upon, as noted below.